Alright everybody, welcome back to yet another video. Today is an absolute banger. I am sorry I have been gone for a while, but we are going to get right into it today. You can tell by the title, this one is wild. And I have no topic to talk about today. I am just here to show you this race because this was 45 minutes of the craziest driving I have ever seen in iRacing. Bottom split. My iRating is just in the dumpster right now. That's fine. We won't talk about that. We'll get into that later. Here we are into T1. You can already see it's already massively backed up. This was the plan, right? Everybody calm down. I was just trying to make it to the end. Things have not been going well for me on iRacing. I haven't driven in a while, haven't uploaded in a while. There's just been a lot of stuff happening. So my goal for today, this is my favorite combination on iRacing. I love Daytona in the IMSA series. I just wanted to make it to the end. So that was my plan. That is what we are trying to do. And so far, it's going well. We made it through T1. But as you guys know, this is iRacing. Things happen throughout the course of a race, and we're going to get into that later on. So yeah, we're just riding along with me for the first lap here. You guys know how my videos usually go. We usually show the first lap, and then we'll hop into the stuff later on. So my plan here, take the first lap a little bit cautious, right? I'm a little light on fuel. I only put 12.2 gallons in or something like that. And I plan to stop around, I don't know, the 25-minute mark, somewhere around there. We'll see how the fuel plays out in that situation later on. But this is interesting because normally when I do these type of videos, I'm driving the GTP cars. I really don't drive GT3s and IMSA all that much, but I love this combination so much as I go to the outside there. Nice little move. That I just wanted to drive all the cars. So I'm driving the GT3s, might try the LMP2s, it might try, well, definitely going to try the GTPs later on. We'll have another video for that later on. But as you can see, lap 1 here is complete. We've gone from 13th to, I believe, P10 here or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. Breaking into T1 just before that stop light on the right. And then unfortunately, as you see here, I end up punting this dude. I felt so bad about that. I did not mean for anything to happen there. So we'll just watch that again. I didn't think, I honestly, I just thought he braked late into the corner, and I didn't think that he was going to cut back to the inside there. So I was just trying to hold my line on the inside. Unfortunately, that was kind of a racing incident in the point of he kind of just turned into me there. I don't think he saw me. My fault for that. And as we catch up to this guy here after lap 1, this is lap 3. Not sure what happened there, but I wanted to include that in the video because I thought it was funny. I don't know if he thought I was going to overtake him or he was just watching in his mirror, which is a very easy thing to do, and you'll see that later on. Yeah, he just ends up going straight on, doesn't make the corner, and that's the last we see of him in this race. He was yet to be seen again. And here is a nice little battle. After that, we are on lap 4 now. So just 5 minutes into this race, already a ton of stuff has happened, and we are not even halfway done with a lot of the stuff that's going to be taking place here. So this is an interesting little battle here, and I really just didn't know what was going to happen. So this rainbow car goes to the outside. I thought he was going off the track, so I try to look inside here. Doesn't quite work, so I'm just going to hold this off for now. Not going to try and do anything stupid. We're already at a 3x, which is a bit of an issue. You can see I'm at a 3.5 safety rating right now, so that's why I was saying I just need to make it to the end. Is I've just got to get that up. Like my iRating and safety rating is just way too low right now, but I'm not too concerned about that. I try to make a move around the outside here, and then I try to fake him. I know you couldn't see him there because of my triple monitors, but I tried to do the old switcheroo, as David Croft would say in Formula 1, but unfortunately it just doesn't work that well with the GT3 car, and I try to sneak up the inside here, and I actually am going to get it done that time. So I quite enjoyed that battle with whatever his name is, High Bird, something like that. I'm not sure if that's his real name. And then we end up catching up to this rainbow car here. We've got some cars making their way up to us. I almost ran into him there. That seemed to be an issue that I was having today, is a lot of people, like, of course this is a bottom split race, so I kind of have to be used to that. They were braking a lot earlier than I was expecting people. You can see the lap times I was doing 44.1, 44.0 throughout the race. and I just was not expecting these people to be braking this early. As you can see, I almost hit him again there. They just were slowing down in the middle of the corner a lot. I'm just going to pull off to the left here and let this guy through, and you can see that this is going to get pretty hectic because not only do we have bottom split drivers, we've also got GT3 and GTP cars starting to mix it up with each other now, and that is always a terrible, terrible combination. So that is going to lead us to our next clip here. You can see in front of us there is a lot of stuff going on. We got 4 cars fighting for position. This is all for the lead right now. These are the top 4 cars right here, and I am in 4th place right now, so this is very, very close, and we have the GTPs catching up just 1 second behind. So what's really the problem here, and I was already thinking about it at this point, is when are they going to catch up to me before the bus stop? That is the most important thing. Everybody knows if you've raced at Daytona with the multi-class, you simply just cannot overtake cars in the bus stop. It just never, ever, ever ends well. I would never recommend trying it. Just wait until after the bus stop. You've got the longest straight in the world after that to go by them, and you're going to see how that pans out here in a second with just, we'll get to that in a minute here. So I let this guy through, and you can look at the scoreboard there. I know I'm not going to zoom in on it, but we've got 3 more GTPs coming. 1 goes by, which is fine. We have a GT3 behind us. I'm going to let this other guy by, and my eyes are just glued on the rear view mirror. By the time I look down again, I completely missed the corner. And the weirdest, most wild snap of all time takes place. And then 2 cars in front of me. How the hell did I get out of that one without hitting the wall? And what I find hilarious is I'm unfazed. There's no expression on my face. This was just crazy. Look at this save. How on earth did I not hit that tire barrier to my right? That is absolutely shocking how I got away with that. But I'll tell you, we're going to go back and watch this one more time. This is why I missed it. If we go back to it, hopefully we do. If we don't, I can't remember what I edited in here. Are we going back? No, we're not. Okay, so why I missed it, you can go and replay it if you want to see it as we make the pit stop here. I actually cranked the steering to the right. I like full cranked it to the right, because if you go to the left on that bus stop, you're going to hit the wall. You're going into the wall 100%. There's no saving it. But if you crank it to the right, you have that grass patch there, and you can get out of that situation if you're lucky enough not to hit the barrier. Regardless, you can go replay that if you want to watch it again. We come out 9/10 ahead of this driver behind us. He's a 0.6K. I saw that. That's why I zoomed in on that, because I wanted to be in front of him coming out of the pit stop. That was very, very important. This is a lapped car that we're just going to overtake here. Nothing too crazy. Not sure why I left that in, but you never know what I'm thinking when I'm editing these videos, that's for sure. Anyways, moving on to the next clip. What do we got here? So these are these guys making their pit stops. Just wanted to include this so you can see how the running order is shuffling out here. Nothing too crazy, typical stuff. I've been doing the whole, this is kind of the situation, right? When you're doing the 45-minute race, you want to take tires and you want to take fuel. So it depends on when you're going to pick your window to come in. I usually just like to stop halfway through, keep it nice and simple. You can see we end up cycling out P4 there, so it's worked very well for us. But take a look at this right here. This GTP comes flying in. He was never going to make that move, and I have to make a very evasive maneuver to not get punted there. We're going to watch this again from his BOV, because this is absolutely crazy. This is what I mean. Just don't overtake cars to the bus stop. That was never going to happen. And he tries to take it in 7th gear, which is crazy. That was never, ever, ever going to work. You can see there. You can see my reaction. That's how I feel about that one. Anyways, so now we're coming into the final 10 laps. We'll continue on with what I was talking about with the pit strategy. So you can see what ends up happening here. There's 5 laps to go. My fuel is at 6 laps. So I made a bit of a miscalculation here. I started the race too early, in the sense that I just started it too early with too light on fuel. I needed to put a little bit more fuel in the car to make it home safely. As this guy goes flying off here, just more completely random things happening. I don't even know what's going on at this point. People are just flying all over the place. Belle is going to make her way around us here. with these GTPs. I just let these guys go. I did not want to get myself involved in any crazy accidents, so we'll let Bell and Juan through. And so eventually you'll see this. I got very lucky here. This pit strategy ends up working out for me because P5 was so far behind. He's 9 seconds behind at this point. So I knew if I just go into like massive lift and coast mode, as you can see right here, I'll make it to the end. It's going to be close, but I know I can make it to the end if I do that. Whereas if I was to drive flat out, I was not making it to the end. It was a miscalculation on fuel. I didn't do any fuel saving throughout my first stint. So unfortunately, I had to box pretty early, around the 25-minute mark or something like that. This is the white flag. You can see at this point, I am literally crawling around this track because I know, just take a look at the gallons there. I'm on 1 gallon. The car starts to sputter at around 0.2 gallons. So I knew that I'm pretty much not going to make it here unless I absolutely crawl to the line. And so massive lift and coast, 6 gear all the way around. The gap has now dropped to 5 seconds behind me. So it's very, very close. And luckily, we are able to make our way around to the finish, and we're able to grab P4 out of this one. That's 18 positions gained in this race. That was wild. There was just a lot that went on there. We're going to take a look at the accidents again, but this just goes to show you, as long as you stay out of the incidents, which I didn't do a very good job of, but for what it was, I'm happy that I made it to the line. You can get a good finish if you just make it to the end, and you can see there 0.3 gallons to finish it off. Way too close for comfort. Not doing that again. Here is the incident of what happened to me. I thought this blue car was going to dive bomb me, and that's why I snap out like that, and just, I feel so bad for him. I was 100% responsible for this accident that happens here. Whether or not you want to criticize him for breaking in the bus stop, that's up to you, but I will take responsibility for that. Here's a look at it yet again. I think that blue GTP is going to dive bomb me. He doesn't. I'm not paying attention to where I am, and we're going to take a look at that one more time. Look at how close I am to this barrier when I go through. Not from this perspective, we won't be able to see it. Here's the rear end collision, and he ends up getting tagged again and spun around. Here it is. Take a look at how close this is. I could not believe it the first time I saw it. Literally, pixel perfect dodge. It does not get closer than that. I couldn't believe it. Yeah, that's one of my best saves ever. One of the wildest races I think I've ever been in. It will be in my top 3 greatest races of all time, I think. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch you in the next one.